Okay, I think we are live. Hello, viewers. Good evening for round 3 of the Targa Cup. We are here at sunny Interlagos, and right now we are minutes or moments away from lobby B. Oh, I think we have a disconnection. That will delay things a bit, but with me is our own Mr. Gun from lobby A. Yeah, so we are in for some interesting racing here. So while we wait for Sammy to join back in, let me go over the structure of the round. So today we have two 8-lap races in the Radical, which you can see on the screen. It's basically a sprint round format. We have so the first race will be decided on qualifying, and the second race will be a reverse grid on the results of the first grid, and we will take the cumulative time of race 1 and race 2 to arrive at the final positions, based on which the points will be allotted. So Mr. Interesting. So the funda is basically, if you're in the lead, try to get lost as soon as possible, build up the gap, and if not, then you're at a loss. I think Mr. The people can't hear you. Hold on. Let us try to fix that. Hello.
Hello.
Can you
So,
guys
am
hear
I
us?
audible now? Can any of the viewers let me know?
Hello. Can you guys hear us?
Hello.
Mic
Yeah,
check.
I can hear you. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, all is good.
Okay.
All is good.
So, as I was saying before, since I wasn't audible the first time, so this race isn't as straightforward as you think. So, 8 laps might sound like much for a sprint race in a slow car, but it isn't. So, let's say if you qualify at a position, let's say you start P1 or P2, and you finish the race in that same position. Then in the second race, you'll be starting at the back of the grid, maybe P9 or P10, and then you'll have to maybe 8 or 9 passes to get at the front of the grid. And doing that in 8 laps on a technical circuit like Interlagos is not going to be an easy feat. So apart from that, as MJK told us that we'll be using the cumulative time. So let's say in the first race, if you are not able to build the gap over the guy behind you, the person chasing you will have an advantage of great position in the second race. So if he's able to, let's say, make more overtakes in the second race, and let's say he's able to build more of a gap in the second race than the first one, in which you managed to not build that big of a gap, then the cumulative time of the second driver will be more better than you, since the sum is less. So he'll be taking the better position in the race. So this is going to be tricky, and I believe this is going to be the best race till we have seen in this series, because of the
Interesting.
let's say interesting way we are.
Starting soon, anytime now. Any favorites, Mister, apart from the obvious, your own teammate?
I'm not very sure about this race because people hadn't figured out how to drive, and suddenly today everyone knows how to drive this car. So everyone would be very fast compared to the previous time. So I really who is going to win one. And apart from that, there is also the thing about the cumulative result. So I won't be picking favorites, but if I had to, who is going to get a good result, that is certainly going to be my teammate, Yanesh, and I am Rahul for my pick. These three guys.
Let's see. So quali is go. The drivers have 3 minutes or 5 minutes to set up their quickest lap time, and this is indeed not a very difficult car to master. It's a lot of fun to drive, and for the viewers out there, the regulations state that they're only allowed to have racing soft tires. And secondly, everyone is allotted 60 liters of initial starting fuel for the race. So ideally, you wouldn't be required to pit. It would be a flat out race against each other, wheel to wheel.
Actually, MJK, I'll have to you on that. This car is easy to learn but very hard to master, even more so than the cars for the last race. I'd say that because this car is much more responsive than the stage to be because of the racing soft tires. As this car is very natural in the sports tire, but it is very much over responsive in the racing tires. Apart from that, the gearing in this car is, if you were to spectate our drivers, they'll be using a lot of different gears to the same corner, and people get vastly different exit. You can see a different car going from the same corner through second gear all the way to fourth gear. That is a very big range of gears, and the exit speeds are vastly different depending on that. So car easy to learn but very hard to master.
Sure, it's always a matter of skill. It's great to hear that. So we know that whoever comes out on top is probably the best driver here.
Yep.
So we'll go with quali. Sammy is on his fast lap. Let us go on board. Mister, you'd want to talk us through the lap?
Yeah, so let's go to the guy at the back of the Abdus. So
Okay.
going to the T1, brake at the 50-meter board, cruise into the corner, take it slow, take a sharp exit, and then in the third gear, you just cruise through second, third corner, and just accelerate all the way to T4. So as we can see, he is going for a flying lap, and let's see his sector 1 time. So that's a mid 25, which is real. Again, braking at after the 100-meter board, and then cruising into the corner, low, steady, don't push the car much, and the car will respond very well. Going for the triple right-hander, you push the car too much, a slight tap on the brake, and the car will slowly rotate and slightly slide, but it will take the corner very well at a very high speed comparable to that of. Then slow down this technical tricky section. You just need to not push the car, take a tight line, and just cruise corner on the exit. Then again, you need to brake late, wait on the curb as much as you can, both at the entry and the exit for the fastest line. Then you can also take the curve on the left-hander approaching the final corner. And then it seems like a good time, 114 flat for sector 2. Then going for the final straight, you might want to take a tight. This car gives you ample of handling on racing tires. So you just want to take the shortest line to the finish line to not lose time here. And this looks like a good lap.
And that's pole.
39.9.
That is pole by 3 tenths.
Yeah, pole by 3 tenths. But Ganesh isn't slow here either. So maybe he can challenge for this lap.
If he
Ganesh
does plan
might
to do
get
that, we have just 40 more seconds to do. But yeah, as everyone is hustling over to the line, few of them on their flying lap, few of them trying to get a flying lap, but the provisional qualifying list is Abdus on pole, Ganesh P2, Ishan P3, followed by Hari, Sami, Vishal, Rahul, Dars, Ningen and Gorbit rounding up the grid.
Okay, so I don't think time, so this is going to be the final lap for everyone. So Sami is the first one to finish quali. Let's see what time he does.
As Ganesh heads towards the finish line, will he be able to get the better of Abdus?
So Sami improves.
No, he doesn't. He does improve,
Ganesh
but it is not enough.
But he doesn't beat Abdus.
Yes.
So Ishan is the third guy to come, and he doesn't improve. So
Hari.
the guys behind aren't improving. So Rahul is also coming, and Rahul does improve. That wasn't his flying lap, the first one, and he goes P2. So
and Dars goes P2 by
and
10.
Ganesh is pushed back to P4 from P2, and the difference and P4 is 200ths of a second.
And Abdus just puts his stamp of authority and betters his initial flying lap. So here we have the starting order for race 1. It's Abdus on pole yet again, followed by Dars by 3/10ths of a second, followed by Rahul in P3, Ganesh in P4, Sami in P5, Ishan in P6, Vishal in P7, Hari in P8, Venkatesh in P9 and Gorbit in P10. This should make for an interesting race, Mr. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, the slip is weak, which is actually stronger than real, and the dirtier is also less than real. So this is going to be an interesting one.
Indeed. So we will start with the race shortly. Let's give it a few seconds.
So just to let the viewers know, we have ample fuel in the car and nobody will be needing to pit here. The damage is also set to light, so you don't need to go to repair your car.
Oh, another thing. So we have false starts and the grid start for the first time in this league, which just adds to the excitement. 3, 4, 5 lights and it's go. Everyone gets off to a decent start. Oh, there is some drama at the back.
Hari, I think he had a false start, so he was slow, got hit by someone.
Hari is already into the wall. As we see Dars put in a nose over Abdus, but Abdus maintains the lead down the S's.
So there is a big fight going on between Rahul, Sami, Ganesh and Xander. 4 wide through turn 2, and now
Dars
they are...
tries to line up a move. Abdus defends on the inside. Will there be a switchback? No. But Dars still is under the slipstream of Abdus.
So there is going a nasty fight in the back of the grid. Everyone is just beating everyone into the outside the corner, and like this is not the cleanest of start we have, but all fair in love and war, and we are not like, if you don't go for a gap that exists, you are not a racing driver. Just as simple as that.
The great man said that, who is a local here. And as Ishan goes wide, but keeps it
And he makes it.
straight.
Oh no, he goes in back of Gorbit.
As Gorbit is up to P5, Rahul in P4, Vishal is up to P3.
And Ganesh had a terrible start. In a matter of single lap, he went from P4 to P8, losing 4 positions.
Oh, that is devastating indeed. He doesn't have much time to catch up. It's just 7 more laps to go.
Yep. But the good thing, he has a slip, might be able to engineer the guys in front at T1, but the gap is increasing, in fact.
Indeed,
So it doesn't look like
Abdos is
it's going to
already
be
out
the
of
case.
slipstream range from Dars, and Abdos is showing his dominance as he has from the first 2 rounds, just extending his lead.
Yeah, man, he's carrying our team at this point.
That is something. He is the find of this league so far, but yeah, for someone who is just a couple of months into the game, he is supremely quick. But yeah,
So
something
Sammy and Ishan are going
interesting.
side by to T4, 5. And Sammy has made the move on Ishan.
Oh wow, and Ishan is on the
But
inside. Will he
Ishan
make
is
a
trying to
move?
fight back, but oh, it didn't work.
Oh, and he loses
So
another
Ganesh
spot to
goes on
Ganesh.
side of Ishan. And he makes it.
Great
No,
move. Oh,
Ishan
is there a
fights
fight
back.
back?
Contact. There is a big push from Ishan. But Ganesh stays ahead.
So Ganesh cedes that spot for the moment, as he is now going to attack Sammy in P6, trying to claw his way back to his original spot, qualifying spot.
Yeah, but we can see the top 4 has broken off. Like the gap between P4 and P5 is the biggest we see in the top 9. Meanwhile, Hari is catching the 4 guys in the front because they were fighting so much. And
Interesting.
he's already covered 2 seconds.
As
in 1
Vishal
lap.
just clocks his personal and the fastest lap overall. He is on the attack for P2 against Dars.
So where Dars was attacking up those, Dars is now in the face of Vishal Xander.
Absolutely, as he
Like
goes
he
down
might
the
lose his
inside.
position at the end of this lap at this rate.
It looks like it. The predator becomes the prey indeed in a couple of laps. As Vishal is on the attack, just 3/10 between them. Surely there must
And
be a
there
move
isn't
coming
a
up.
lot. Rahul and Vishal. Vishal and Dars fight. Rahul can get a fight as well. And that is all going to help us build the lead even further.
I think Abdus has, I don't want to jinx it yet, but he has this race sealed unless something unusual happens, of
in
course.
race 2.
Yeah.
Let's not jinx race 1. So Rahul is actually catching up. He has got 1/10 in the meter. And maybe he will get even closer. Yes, that was a very brilliant exit from Rahul on the final corner, and Dars didn't seem to have a really good exit.
As
And Vishal is
Vishal
on the
passes
attack.
Dars on the inside, it's
Will he be
a
able to
drag
keep the
race.
position?
It's a drag race to the line, and he
Meanwhile,
just gets
Gorbit
P2.
is lagging a lot. He actually went into Sammy from somewhere I don't.
Oh, and this is an interesting fight, and Vishal 2 on Dars.
Meanwhile, Ishan was trying to go Sammy at turn 1, but goes on the outside. Gorbit at turn 2. What is this?
Oh, there is so much
Gorbit
action.
loses 2 positions in the span of 2 corners.
Oh, as Gorbit trying to move on the outside or a switchback. Oh, he clips the grass and
no!
loses it slightly.
And But Ganesh seems to be struggling with the car. I don't know what's happening out on the straight, but he got very good speeds at the corners.
Oh, as Dars is under attack from Rahul, as you had pointed out earlier, Misto. And that is an interesting battle.
And there is a big contact between the two of them. Dars had a brilliant qualifying, but it seems like that's not translating into a brilliant race pace for him.
Yeah, pressure can do strange things. Well, so Rahul is
Yep, and
under
you
half a
don't even
second.
take the sort of risk on. Yeah, you don't even take the sort of risk
Oh, as
in
Vishal goes
actual race
wide,
than you.
he loses
Yeah,
it.
he loses. He's going
Oh, he's
positions.
down to
Oh
P4 from
man,
P2. Oh,
and
as
this
and
is
he gets
not
a
good for
penalty.
none of. Oh my
Oh,
God,
that is a
half a
disaster.
second penalty is going to lose you out a second and a quarter time here because the uh, start finish straight is so long, and basically this car is very weak on power, so you lose a lot of time after you slow down.
Oh, that is disastrous for Vishal. From P2 to P4 and
Meanwhile,
maybe
this is
even
not
P5.
helping any of the contenders of P1 in race starts, Rahul and Vishal. So it is not going to benefit them at all for race 2 because
Oh,
they are
as
not able to
Rahul
stay close
does
to
a
each other.
switchback. Sorry to interrupt you, Mister. But yeah, as
Yeah,
Rahul does
that
a
was a
switchback
brilliant
and
move.
gets a P2, that was a brilliant move indeed. Wow, this has been interesting and fun to watch. As Dars tries to manufacture something here, he's trying going on the
Meanwhile,
inside,
Ganesh is fighting
on the
again.
outside.
Ganesh loses almost two positions. No, Gorbis and Ganesh is P6 for the second time in the race. After going back, it's the first, but he has a train of cars behind him. Five cars, all behind
Oh,
Ganesh.
there is
6, 7, 8,
contact.
9, 10.
There is
There's World
contact
War
and
Green behind.
Ganesh loses it.
No,
Oh
Ganesh
no, Ganesh and
and
Gorbit.
Gorbis also lose it.
Oh
Oh my God, Ganesh has a
no.
terrible race.
That is an expensive lawnmower there.
Yeah,
And this Venkatesh, oh, Ganesh has
Ganesh
disconnected.
left. Ganesh
Interesting.
disconnected from the room.
Interesting. We'll have to have a look at that. But excuse me. Back to the race.
So what is going to happen to Ganesh since he has disconnected from race 1? What will happen to his race 2?
I guess he'll have to start from the back, even at race 2.
No, I am asking about results.
It's DNF. Points wise, it's a DNF this
Okay,
race for him. But again, points wise,
okay,
interesting. We'll have a look at that. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, as Dars is hasn't so Rahul hasn't been able to pull away from Dars, which is interesting. So with little over 2 laps to go, anything can happen for P2 to P4. It's
And
just under
Vishal
2 seconds
has
between
already
them.
started to catch up to Dars after taking his penalty.
Yes, indeed, 1.2 seconds. He's on the charge again. Meanwhile, we forget about our race leader in all this excitement. He is nearly 6 seconds away from everyone else. Abdus just probably turned up the radio, chilling with his air conditioning on. I doubt this car has AC, but yeah, he is
Maybe he
in
is
cruise
watching
mode.
Drive to Survive.
Probably. As
So
the
the
drivers,
field at the back of the grid out after that. So they are not fighting tooth and nail for every piece of tarmac now. So the race has finally settled down after 3/4 of the race has been.
yeah, with just 2 laps to go. So it's Abdus in the lead, not closely, distantly followed by Rahul, closely followed by Dars, Vishal, Sammy, Ishan, Hari, Venkatesh, and Gorbit. Let's go back to the final 2 spots of the podium. That is turning out to be an interesting race here.
Yep, Vishal has already got 3 tenths in the last lap, but this doesn't look like to be enough. If he's going to go at this rate, he might not be able to overtake in the lap and a half with gains.
Indeed. Everyone seems to have found their groove. No more mistakes like we saw in the first initial couple of laps. Now it's just a matter of bringing it home. As the race leader Abdus is about to cross the line for the final lap. Look at his time chart, Mr. 39.8, 39.5, 39.5, 39.2. He is in the zone.
This guy was beating me in.
And he does a 39 flat.
To practice
Wow.
this race.
That is something. He's just making a statement after statement. That's insane. Oh, as Vishal
is mighty close to Dars. And Dars goes wide. So it is going to compromise his exit through T2. And we can see that being the case. Vishal is very, very, very close to Dars. He might be able to sniff it now.
Oh, as Vishal chooses not to go into the slipstream of Dars, will he do a switchback here? No, he doesn't. He just... Oh.
No. He gets a better exit.
He does.
Dars is going to defend right there. And he didn't go to the out. Dars is compromising his pace a lot just to stay on the inside. That's very smart driving from him. Not letting Zandy any space on the inside to attack.
Indeed, his radical is as wide as a London double-decker at this moment. And he's not giving Vishal an inch. It's great defensive driving here by Dars. Shivan.
Oh no, what is he doing now? No, he saves it. Okay, so this is going
the final corner
attempt from Xander.
Will Vishal get a good enough exit?
No.
Oh,
so this time he goes on the inside.
It's a repeat of the previous move. It's a drag race to the finish line, and Vishal.
And Vishal goes ahead.
Indeed, he does. Oh, Dars will be chuffed about that.
Very disappointed with that.
Across the line. Interesting, very interesting. That was some race. So Abdus, as expected, gets to when he gets a 37.5 on his final lap. My goodness. Followed by Rahul, Vishal, Dars, Sammy, Hari, Venkatesh, Shan and Gorbit. That was some race there, Mr.
Yeah. A lot of argy-bargy, but a good race to spectate, except for P1.
Indeed.
He was never involved in anything. Just driving his own race, not lapping. 139 flat, that was a big time from him.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's give the drivers a
Actually, his last lap was 138.7.
Yes, as I pointed out, yeah, that was a stunning lap. So let's give the drivers a quick breather before we head on to the second and final race. I will be back. Hold on.
So for the second race, we'll be reviewing the grid as per the result of race 1. So of those who started first, he'll be starting 9th for the second race. Rahul will be starting 8th. Vishal Zander will be starting 7th. Dars Motorsport will be starting 6th. Sammy will be starting 5th. Hari will be starting 4th. Ninjan will be starting 3rd. And in the front of the grid, we have Ishan starting 2nd. And Corbett starting first. If Ganesh join us for this race, he'll be starting from the back of the grid since they did not finish the first race. So this is an uphill battle for Rahul. If he wants to take the win for this race, he needs to build an 8-second gap to Abdus at least.
Yes, so far this league we have seen Abdus's pace all out in clean air, fresh air. Now we will see his racecraft, his overtaking skills, how many positions he's able to make up from the back of the grid.
So the grid is getting once we arrange the racers in the order of their start, we'll be starting the second race. Okay, so the grid is ready. We'll be starting with the race very soon.
Yep, we are almost there.
Okay, so let's hope for a cleaner start this time. Hari didn't have the best of starts. He got caught up by the false start check.
Let's stay on board with our championship leader Abdus. Let's see how his start is. And he gets a decent start, and he already
Better
seems to
start
be
than-
jumping Vishal off the line.
So that's not the best place to be if you ask me.
Outside on turn 1, but
Oh, but
inside
he
on turn
makes
2.
it on the outside.
Oh, and he
Oh,
loses the
no, he
spot
doesn't.
again. As Gorbit keeps his lead, followed by Ishan.
So everyone is just rubber
Hari.
banding into the back of the guy in front of them. The grid looks a lot more
Oh, it's a
crumpled
traffic
last
jam.
time.
Looks like a Bangalore traffic jam here in Brazil. As Venkatesh is pushed wide.
And as we see, Tal has made 4 spaces already, and he's already making his way into the.
Wonderful, wonderful. Vishal, I think
And
he
Abdus
finished.
makes a Rahul.
Abdus up to P8. So Vishal, podium sitter from race 1, is up to P5 already. Oh, correction, he's up to P4. And it's not even
No,
one
he
lap.
loses P4 and
he
goes to
loses it
P5
back.
now. So where
That's
he was
fine.
fighting P3, he is now at P5.
That is fine. It's just one lap, 7 more to go.
Yep, and as we see the fast guys making their way up the grid from the back. So Abdus has already made 2 places, whereas Venkatesh has fallen to the back of.
Oh, Vishal is attacking Dars here. Dars defends on the inside. Vishal is on the outside
No, he
again.
goes wide. He definitely goes wide. And now Vishal does a switchback. But will he be able to pick the corner? Yes, he does.
Yes,
He
he
makes
does.
P4 very cleanly. And now he has a...
As he gets a good
And
view of
Abdus
the
has
battle
squad
between
back to
Ishan
Hari.
and Sami.
So Abdus and Rahul are also fighting just behind them.
Oh, as Sami goes for a switchback and he gets P2, but Ishan is now on the inside for the upcoming corner. He reclaims P2 and looks like there will be another switchback here. Oh, that is some superb racing. And in amongst all this, Vishal is just catching up to the pair.
Meanwhile, because of the guys ahead, the guys at the back aren't able to make moves on the guy at the front because they have nowhere to.
Abdus has lost the spot. Surprisingly, he's down to P8 from P7.
I mean, he has a comfortable lead. If he finishes within 8 seconds of the leader, no P2.
Sure, but as a competitive driver he is, I'm sure he'd want the win again.
Yeah, he must be looking for a win here as well.
Yep. As he tucks into the slipstream of Rahul. Let's go on board. And Rahul in fact has the slipstream from Hari, so it's a sort of a train going on here. As Abdus inches in closer, he tries the inside, it's blocked, he goes on the outside.
Rahul blocks his way.
Oh, and Rahul gains a spot on Hari. Oh, there is contact here and Hari has lost it. That is something again the stewards would have to look at.
So the race goes from bad to worse for Hari once again.
As Vishal on P3 eyeing a P2 spot.
And Sami hits Vishal. But he makes a move on him and also Ishan. Now Sami is P2. So Gorbit is already 1.8 seconds ahead of everyone.
Gorbit making full use of the clean track and fresh air. As the drivers go side by side and Vishal again catching up the pair. Ishan keeps the lead for the moment.
So Rahul goes outside the track. So the dirty air is very dirty tires are very half a second in the middle sector. So as we can see, Rahul is already losing time to Abdus. He is already half a second behind Abdus.
As Abdus is up to P6, which is very encouraging signs for your team. Oh, as Ishan goes wide onto the grass and he loses 2 positions and gets a penalty. That would
That's
hurt.
going to be a free for Abdus in the next lap. But maybe if he can make a move on Ishan before that, might be able to that much closer to Vishal Sami.
As Vishal lines up a move on the outside on Sami, will he pull through? You know, Sami keeps it clean, keeps it tight, and keeps his place. Oh, and as Vishal gets another penalty for track limits, this will hurt him severely.
Rahul is trying to engineer a move on that. So he is very close to him. He goes on the inside. He should be able to make a mistake here.
As Ishan has a 1.5 second penalty.
Does.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. And this is definitely going to hand Abdus P3 once Vishal serves his penalty, and with 4 laps to go, I wouldn't rule out.
And Ishan goes in back of Abdus. But Abdus saves it.
With 2.5
So as long
seconds
as Abdus stays within
away from
1.2
everyone.
seconds of Vishal, he should be able to make a move easily on the penalty.
Abdus is
And we already
clocking in
see
purple.
Abdus getting half a second for purple. So this should be the best lap of the race if Abdus doesn't mess this up. There isn't a place to mess this up now.
And
So
he's
he
into
is
the slipstream
comfortably in the
of
slip
Sami.
of Sami.
And that's a 39-4. He's eyeing the inside. Will he make a dive bomb? He thinks the better of it.
He doesn't.
Takes a tight line. He should get a better exit here. He does. He's
But he
right at the
doesn't have
bumper.
any place to go. Sam is very determined to defend that inside line, so Abdus decides to go on the outside.
This is great
Abdus
racing
tries
by
for a
both of
switchback,
them.
but he slows down way too much. But he might be able to engineer something on the outside here if he decides to go
Sammy
for that.
again
Yes,
blocks
he's
the
going for that.
inside.
No, but
Sammy's doing a
Sammy
great
shuts the
defensive
door on
driving
the outside
job
as well.
here.
Yeah.
And again.
Meanwhile, Rahul is already at P5 ahead of Dars.
So Abdus we see using all his skills to try and get by Sami. This is wonderful to watch.
And this is bringing Vishal back into the fight for P2.
Absolutely it does, you're right, Mister. And now Abdus will feel some pressure from Vishal behind. And with 3 laps to
I
go,
think he's more focused in the front.
with 3 laps to go, Gorbit is in the lead with anybody's game for the other 2 positions of the
So
podium.
Abdus has a lot of overs. Sammy. Maybe he'll try making a move on the outside. Yes, he goes on the out. He has cleanly over, but will he be able to keep the place? No, Sammy breaks away and he slides.
Oh, as Vishal is
Vishal
on the charge.
is squeezing Abdus on the inside. So this is turning very spicy here. Abdus can't find a way past Sam.
And he makes a
And he goes on
brilliant move on the outside. Oh, and he gets slightly pushed off. And he loses 2
That
positions.
should be a half-second penalty. Yes,
Oh,
it
and he
is.
gets-
And that also gets tires.
That is going to hurt him.
So the charge to get P1 in this second race looks like very much close to impossible now for him.
That is how fine the margins are from battling for P2
And
at
Vishal
one
pushes
moment.
Abdus outside track. And he saves it.
Vishal eyes the inside. He's trying
So
to make a
Vishal is
move.
attacking Sammy on the inside. And he will make.
And he
But is his
does
exit
seem
compromised? Yes, we see his exit not being the best. And Sammy still has the.
And this is a drag
Rahul
race to
is
the
going
finish
to make a
line.
move on Abdus at this rate. And he goes on the inside.
As Abdus loses his P4 to Rahul. They do have 2 more laps to switch back and make the best of their positions. As Vishal makes a brilliant move on the outside, he outbrakes Sammy. Oh, and he makes it stick and gets P2. That is a sensational move by Vishal. But Sammy gets a better exit. He's on the inside. He has the better line for the
Sammy
next
is
corner.
going to break late. We know how he's been defending well this whole time. He's going to stick to there.
And it's
he
again
does.
a
He makes
4-car
the
battle.
corner. But Xander goes on the outside.
And Xander gets the
now
position
Xander
back.
makes the move very cleanly and now can defend on the inside for the next corner. Meanwhile, Abdus has made the move on Rahul.
Oh,
He has
and
got
Dars has
P4
joined the
back.
party. What is going on here? It's anybody's
There has
position
been
from
a lot
P2 to
pushing and
P6.
shoving going here. We are going to get a lot, coach, I'm telling you.
Oh, as
And this
Abdus
time
tries the
Abdus leaves
inside
no
for,
quarters.
and he's up to P3
Sammy
and
tried
Sammy
to
is
close. Abdus was already.
and Sammy's down to P6 from P3 in just 1 corner. As we head towards the start line to begin the final lap, it's Gorbit comfortably in the lead, followed by Vishal, Abdus, Dars and Rahul, with less than 2 to 3 seconds between them, fighting for the final 2 positions of the podium. as we see Darts defending from Rahul for P4. Will there be a move on the outside?
And Abdus is
Yes, there
getting
is.
very close to Vishal.
And Rahul makes that move stick brilliantly, but Darts is
Darts
fighting
goes
back.
outside track. Will that be a penalty for him?
And Sammy
Sammy
is
comes
joined the
from
party.
nowhere.
Wow.
Abdus
Meanwhile,
is two
Abdus
tenths
is.
behind Vishal.
And he makes a move.
And he
Late lunge on
goes.
the inside. Oh, what a move. And Vishal goes wide. Is that a penalty? But anyhow, that gives Abdus P2. The man who started last is up to
Yep.
P2 on the
So
final
I
lap.
think what happened is Vishal slowed and Abdus lunged on the inside, saying he was too. And Vishal didn't expect Abdus to come in so late, so he just went on the
Absolutely.
drive line and he collided with Abdus.
Absolutely. And here we
And
see.
Abdus is building the gap from Vishal. So at this rate, he should be able to take P2 for this race. This is not going to be an easy day for you. You'll have to be stewarding things after the race.
We'll get to the bridge once we cross it. We'll cross the bridge once we get to it, I mean.
Yeah. We take the cart before the horse. So Sam
As
is very close to Rahul. Will he be able to take the position from Rahul?
I don't think so. Maybe it's too far. As Gorbit crosses the line for the
And
win,
Abdus is already
and
celebrating his victory.
Abdus gets P2 in the race too. What a finish! What a drive by this man. From P9, dead last on the grid, and fastest lap, he has conquered it
He
all.
got two fastest laps, so I think
Wonderful.
the fastest of the two races will be considered for the extra point, right?
No, they'll get a point each. But that was
Okay.
some race. Goodness. So it's Gorbit with the win, followed by Abdus in P2, and Vishal gets another P3. Followed by Rahul, Sammy, Shibin, Venkatesh, Hari, and Ishan to round up the grid. What a race, or what a couple of races that has been, Mister.
Yep. We saw
Now,
people taking out their knives and stabbing each other for every place, every inch of tarmac.
indeed, indeed. But yeah, that was very exciting to watch and commentate on. But yeah, it is now your turn in a couple of minutes. Good luck to
Yeah,
that.
man, I'm scared looking at this race.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. But yeah, we will see you soon, guys. We will be back.
Yep. Hello?